In Jack's ending video, the machine which is attached to Jack is codenamed System 11. This is the name of the arcade machine hardware which ran Tekken and Tekken 2. Some of the old Tekken fans might remember the fruits in the early versions of Tekken. You could change the scores into fruits in the settings. These icons were from Namco's another popular video game series, Pac-Man. The fruits keep changing until you reach more than 40 wins. Then it just changed to Pac-Man. In practice mode, if the player's character is left standing idle for a few moments, a thought bubble will appear above their head with a random image such as fruit, Pac-Man, or the Pac-Man ghost inside. In Tekken 2, if L1 and L2 are held before the first stage, the game will enter a first-person wireframe mode, similar to Nintendo's Punch-Out! If a character is selected when holding the select button, his or her head will become much larger and have a high-pitched voice. The size change can be done twice. Many people might think that Kazumi Mishima suddenly appeared in Tekken 7, but actually the existence of Kazumi was alluded to for the first time in Tekken 2. Her name can be seen carved into the floor of Heihachi's Pagoda Temple stage. In Ling Xiaoyu's stage in Tekken 3, you can see the logo of Galaxian 3. And in Paul Phoenix's and Brian Fury's stage, Soul Edge is written in graffiti on a wall. Galaxian 3 is Namco's another arcade game released in 1990, and Soul Edge is the first installment in the Soul series released in 1995. The game is called Soul Blade in North America, Europe, and Australia. Interestingly, in Lei Wulong's stage, you can see the Triforce, a divine artifact from Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda series. To unlock Dr. Boskonovich and Gon, Dr. Boskonovich is available by completing the Tekken 4 side game 4 times with the given keys at the end of each level. On the 4th playthrough, the player will fight Dr. Boskonovich after having defeated Heihachi Mishima in stage 4. After Boskonovich is defeated, he'll become a playable character. Gon is unlockable by defeating him in the Tekken Ball mode, or by achieving a high score in survival mode and inputting the name Gon. In Tekken Tag Tournament, you could unlock a golden version of Mokujin called Kinjin after winning 10 consecutive victories in versus mode. So if someone is playing as Kinjin, it means that they are an advanced player. There is another well-known system in Tekken Tag Tournament called the Chicken Mark. The Chicken Mark symbolized the player being a general coward player, which would frequently backdash and use the same few moves over and over. A great tactic considering there were no walls and all stages were infinities. Fast forward to Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and we now have the return of these chicken marks. According to Katsuhiro Harada, the chicken mark condition for displaying is now changed to mean a positive thing this time around. It seems that to gain the chicken mark, you need to be an overly aggressive player using a variety of different moves and tag combos. A complete reverse of the original way you gained the chicken mark back in the first Tekken Tag Tournament. And also in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, it is possible to progress your chicken into a great chicken by maintaining a good win streak and favored playstyle.
Great chicken!
If you manage to satisfy enough of the conditions, you should start to see the chicken progressing and changing colors. The chicken starts at being white, then red, then black with shades and a small aura. Thanks to Kinjin and the chicken system, you could estimate your opponent's fighting style and their skills. Anyway, in Tekken 4, in the 4th and final stage of Tekken Force mode, the Mishima Fortress, when you reach an open balcony area with 2 bird watchers standing looking over, a squad of assassins appear. Their names are Kiedis, Smith, Navarro, Flea, and Frusciante, which are the names of the members of the band Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mentioned earlier that Yoshimitsu in the Tekken series is a descendant of Yoshimitsu in the Soul Calibur series, which means that they share the same universe. So Pirate's Cove stage in Tekken 5 is similar to Soul character Cervantes' Soul Calibur 2 stage, but after hundreds of years. If you look closely at the floor of Tekken 5's Secret Garden stage, you can see that there are 3 frogs at opposite ends of the garden. If anyone falls on them, their ghost will be seen. You know that Ganryu is in love with Julia, so in Tekken 5, Ganryu has a special move that only works against Julia Chang. The move involves him running after her and then hugging her. Ganryu can do nothing more from this point, but his health meter slightly increases. Julia can slap Ganryu real hard when he lets her go. In the Bountiful Sea stage in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Ganryu can be seen waving a giant flag from a pedestal on the stern when he's not fighting. If Ganryu is selected, he doesn't appear in the background. The historic town square stage is most likely based on the folktale The Town Musicians of Bremen by the Brothers Grimm, as the animals which are featured in the story can be seen in the stage. In Sakura Schoolyard stage, you can see the golden statue of Heihachi Mishima, like the one in Tekken Tag Tournament 1. And Panda makes her cameo appearance in the stage eating bamboo if either player does not select her. On the left side of the Dusk After the Rain stage, you can see Forest Law selling barbecued chicken, and on the right side, you can see a hopping Jiangshi. In Condor Canyon stage, aliens can be seen on the lower level of the stage. In Fight Lab mode, Bob, Ganryu, and Jinpachi are customized to represent Ken, Ryu, and Akuma from the Street Fighter franchise. And you can see Katsuhiro Harada talking with Violet in the loading scene. Lastly, if you wait for a moment in the customized menu, you can watch Panda and Kuma dancing very cutely. The world was drawing to its end as the series continued. The devil was behind all this. This mysterious thing called the devil has added unique charm to the series and has helped to connect some of the missing links of the storyline. The story of Tekken is all about the devil gene, but not much has been said about this supernatural genetic abnormality. Surprisingly, the devil gene was first introduced in Tekken 4, which was 10 years after the release of the first Tekken. There was no such thing as devil in the first Tekken. Kazuya's third costume in Tekken 1 had purple skin except for his neck, and a line down the middle of his face. His hair was spiked out towards the back of his head, and he wore black shorts, gloves, and boots, which was just a parody of Star Platinum from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. However, this costume was hard to obtain and fans loved its unique appearance. So that is how it got its nickname, Devil. The Tekken crew realized this and officially releases Devil from Tekken 2. However, the devil was introduced without any exact specifications. Fans had many different opinions about Kazuya's devil form, and some said devil represents his dark side and angel represents all that was good within him. According to Leo Kleesen's ending scene in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, it is explained that the devil gene is a cataclysmic gene that strengthens its cellular compounds to 10 times to that of a normal human, granting the subject an immeasurable boost in power. All devil gene possessors can fire laser beams, and you can find out that the devils can also use telekinesis in Kazuya's Tekken 4 epilogue and Hwoarang's Tekken 5 epilogue. The people currently carrying the devil gene are Kazuya Mishima, Jin Kazama, Azazel, and Kazumi Mishima. It was previously believed for a long time that Jinpachi Mishima possessed the devil gene due to his appearance, dialogues, and his ending in Tekken 5, but it was revealed by Tekken director Katsuhiro Harada's Twitter page that Jinpachi didn't possess the devil gene and that a revengeful ghost possessed him. When fans mentioned about why Jinpachi, Heihachi, and Lars do not possess the devil gene, yet both Kazuya and Jin do on Harada's Twitter page, he revealed that Tekken project team dares to mislead fans. In Tekken 7 story mode, it is later revealed, according to Kazumi, that the devil gene comes from the Hachijo bloodline. However, what Harada mentioned on his Twitter, that Jinpachi is not a devil gene possessor, was said long time after the release of Tekken 5. It was said even after the release of Tekken 6 Blood Rebellion. Maybe it was because if Jinpachi has a devil gene, and he's the unique link within the Mishima bloodline, it's impossible to explain about Devil Kazumi. Anyway, Kazumi's devil form is similar to a white ghost in Kitsune. Her design differs from Kazuya's demonic design and Jin's fallen angel design. Speaking of Angel, Angel is a palette swap of Devil Kazuya who first appeared in Tekken 2. If the player uses Devil, then his final boss will be Angel. She first appeared without any storyline explanation. It might be possible that Angel is the source of some positive power, while Azazel is the source of the devil gene. Some people speculate that there is a connection between Angel and the Kazama bloodline, because both have the power to suppress the devil gene, and they fight evil like devil or ogre. If that's true, Devil Jun's appearance might be a hybrid of devil from his father Kazuya and angel from his mother Jun. It was long believed that Jun Kazama's mark on his upper left arm, which he got after encountering with the devil in the opening scene of Tekken 3, is obviously related to the devil gene. But however, you can't find that mark from Kazuya or Kazumi, who are the first ones to carry the devil gene. While you can see that Unknown has the mark on her upper right arm in Kazuya's Tekken Tag Tournament 2 ending scene. So it's possible that, surprisingly, the mark might have relevance to the Kazama bloodline, rather than the devil gene.